Now we've got two more quadratic formulas to work out. So I'm going to work out one and then I'm going to let you guys work out another one. Just to remind you, our quadratic formula is negative x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And you'll need to memorize this. So make sure that you know this going into our exam. We're going to use this whenever we're trying to solve for x. If it asks us to find the vertex, the maximum, or the minimum, we do not use this formula. We would use the vertex formula, the negative b over 2a. So if we're trying to solve for x and we've got a quadratic, so we've got an x squared as our highest exponent, and we've got these three terms, then we're going to be using this quadratic formula. I'm going to do D because it's a little bit trickier, and then I'm going to let you guys go back and try C. Everything's on the left-hand side, so I'm ready to start plugging in. A is 1. There's an invisible 1 out front. B is negative 3, and C is 9. So just be careful with that negative 3. Negative 3 is equal, plus or minus the square root. Again, be careful with that negative 3. Put it in parentheses. Minus 4ac all over 2 times a. My two negatives turn into a positive. In your calculator, type in everything that's underneath the square roots. Don't type in the square root itself, so we type in everything that's underneath the square root. We get out negative 27. And the denominator we have 2. Negative 27 in the square root is an imaginary number, so I'm going to pull the I out. So I'm just left with the square root of 27. Square root of 27 is not a perfect square. If I type that in the calculator, it's going to give me a decimal. So instead, I am going to try to reduce this. So that is that factor tree. 27 divides by 3. Remember to try small prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7. Make my factor tree. And I do have a pair of 3s. And then I have 1 3 left over. And then I'm just going to put my I back in there. So the square root of 27 is 3 square roots of 3. And I have my I. And I'm going to finish everything else because I didn't do anything with that. So there's my answer. What I did was I reduced the square root of 27 to be 3 square roots of 3. And of course the I stayed right there. All right, I'm going to let you guys try this very last one. You should not have to reduce the square roots. That makes it a little bit easier. So go ahead and pause the video. So this is our last one, and give it a try. Once you give it a try, come back and see if you get the same answer that I do. And really and truly, pause the video. The only way to learn math is to try it on your own. So give this a shot before you watch the rest of the video. All right, let's see how you did. Again, A was that invisible 1, B was 3, C was 3. Not as many negatives to worry about this time, so that's good. So I'm going to get negative 3 plus or minus, typing in just that square root, the stuff underneath the square root I should say, that is going to give me negative 3. I can't leave a negative on the inside of a square root, so I'm going to pull that out front. I cannot reduce the square root of 3 down. It is already a prime number. If you go to make a factor tree, there's nothing to factor. The only thing that multiplies to give you 3 is 3 and 1, so 3 is already there, so I can't really reduce that anymore. So there is my answer.